What is up everyone, Sean here, and today on the Hawke Talks we will be talking about the Pokemon Direct that happened on June 6, 2017, so very recently as I record this. And I felt like overall this was okay. I mean, I think it should come as, not really a surprise here because they didn't really hint anything, big for the Nintendo Switch here. Everyone was just for some reason expecting, oh, we're gonna get that cool, awesome Switch game with Pokemon announced, or whatever, revealed or teased or whatever at least. But we never got any of that. The only Nintendo Switch game with Pokemon is coming up for right now is Pokemon Tournament DX, which I will be talking about later. And also, we also are getting Ultra Sun and Moon and Pokemon Gold and Silver on the 3DS Virtual Console. So for right now, let's talk about briefly Gold and Silver here for the 3DS Virtual Console. First off, as a kid, I actually did not get myself Gold or Silver. I actually got Heart Gold later on the DS, and that was a really fun game. I actually, had a lot of fun with that. And of course, it's not exactly the same, of course, but I somehow experienced it something nonetheless with that Gold and Silver name on there. But the classic Gold and Silver, I never really got around to it because I think at the time when I was young, as much of a fan of Pokemon I was probably at the time just venturing out to different things, and I thought Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Red and Blue was just so much fun. So I think I was just super occupied with that. But Gold and Silver, a lot of people talk about that as their favorite game and stuff like that for Pokemon, and I respect that. And to see that coming to Virtual Console, and I think it's cool. Same thing happened with Red and Blue and Yellow, so I think it's neat. I think it gives people a chance to experience the classic Gold and Silver for those who haven't already. Personally, again, just because I haven't grown up with it, I will probably skip out on it. I just will not get that nostalgia magic that a lot of people would. I think it's neat. I think it's a really cool thing, and especially with that being compatible with Pokemon Banks. So, really cool thing. Next, we will be talking about Ultra Sun and Moon. This is probably the most exciting thing that came out for this Direct, for me anyway. And because I did really like Sun and Moon, I highly recommend it if you guys haven't already. It will have an alternate story for Ultra Sun and Moon, so if you want to experience this story for the vanilla Sun and Moon, you can go ahead and do that if you can. The overall game was really fun. I did like the new things about it. The UI is nice, and it much better to read in my opinion. I don't know. It's just this is a very refined Pokemon experience. Despite having no gym battles, being that tradition that we always gotten from the original Pokemon games, but we this time around have trials, and I think they're just as fun. I think it's something fresh, it's something different, and I think it's a good kind of different. I wouldn't say, of course, it's better than gym battles, but it's different. It's just something different for you to do. Besides doing that same gym battle over and over again. Of course, there was always that different puzzle in order for you to get to that gym leader. But I don't know, just the trials were pretty different, and I did like the story for it. And so the overall package was just really good in my opinion. I think it's another really good Pokemon game. So that's why I'm pretty excited for Ultra Sun and Moon, and I just can't wait to see the new things that it will come out with this one. So it looks like Lunala and Solgaleo will get some kind of like Ultra form / armored form via maybe like Z Crystal or something. It looks like they're probably gonna go a little more nuts with it. I don't know. And it looks like they're gonna have more Z moves for certain Pokemon, of course, with Pikachu and I think Lycanroc, or I kind of still have trouble remembering names, but Lycanroc. The wolf basically will get some Z moves, which is really cool. So again, I actually would rather get this over the next game that I'm going to be talking about, which is Pokemon Tournament DX. First off, for those who don't know, Pokemon Tournament is pretty much like that fighting game with Pokemon in there, and it's pretty much what we got here for a fighting game with Pokemon. Initially, I was super excited. I really wanted to see this, flourish and stuff like that. I was talking about it, a long time ago on this channel. That I was super excited. I love the idea of it. I wanted to see what characters that appeared, all that stuff. And initially, I had fun with it. I did play in Japan. It was fun, just because the people didn't, figure out the nasty meta later on, but. During the time, I had fun with it initially, and during the beginning of its launch, I did have fun playing with friends, and it was overall, really cool concept or idea having this kind of fighting game with Pokemon. But overall, these vibes started to come back to me from playing J-Stars and also Burning Blood, and that repetitiveness just started to kick in for me. And not only that, the phase shifts was something that really annoyed me over time, and also the competitiveness that comes off from Pokemon Tournament, especially at Evo, it really ruined it for me. And also the zoning was really bad, especially from Suicune and all the other Pokemon that shoot out beams and stuff like that. It was really nasty. I think that definitely those things ruined it for me. And also, the fact that you can only play online in order to run tournaments and stuff like that, which is really ridiculous, especially at Evo. During Grand Finals, you had a disconnect because they were online. It was really ridiculous. They definitely did not make that game with that in mind. So, you have to run 2 Wii U's just to run Pokemon at Evo or whatever tournament, and it just makes sense as something you would see at Pokemon World Championship, but as a game at Evo, it's better off that it would stay away from it because of that, and because of the problems that it presented, and it really messed things over for the other games like Smash 4 with the scheduling, the pools and stuff like that, and just a lot of the things ruined it for Pokemon for me. And overall, I'm gonna stay away from Pokemon Tournament DX as much as yeah, we're getting new Pokemon, we're getting a couple of new modes for the online experience, but it still doesn't sell it for me. It's just the overall game. I do not like it anymore. As disappointed as I am, it was something I really hoped to be really good, but I do still have it. I have a copy of it. It's just, it's kind of like me. I do like, pieces of history. I do like history. So that's why, someone like me, I really don't have to, sell this. I don't think it'll even sell anyway, so why even bother? I'd rather just keep it and, kind of just have it as like, kind of like a little reminder, a little piece of history for the Wii U, and what Pokemon try to do as a fighting game, for right now at least. I really wanted Pokemon to be like Tekken, honestly, with Pokemon characters in there. Like, the idea of doing these really cool combos in Tekken 7, but with Pokemon characters, that would be so fun. That'd be such an absolute blast, and I would be playing that a lot longer than I did with Pokemon Tournament. And it's just, I don't know. It was overall a pretty huge disappointment for me. I really was looking forward to it, and it just did not come out how I wanted it to be. But for the people who have not experienced with Pokemon Tournament, you can give it a go. I think it's a really good game on a very casual level. If people don't mind being zoned out or whatever, or just because yeah, of course, Pokemon shoot things. That's like the idea of trying to emulate that Pokemon experience. From the RPG game that we know and love, but. I think it just doesn't work as a fighting game. I think it just ruins it, and people who are fans of fighting games will probably most likely stay away from it. But for the Pokemon fans, it plays like a Pokemon game that you can actually control the Pokemon. But I can't see it that way, so that's why I wouldn't pick it up again for the Switch here. But I expect some decent sales from it, and we'll have to see what they'll do with it next. I hope they change it up completely next, they give it a good overhaul, but I'm not gonna hold my breath on it. That's just what I kind of hope for. If they ever work on the game further, I think they'll at this point focus on other things such as Tekken Cross Street Fighter, or more of just Tekken 7 with DLC, or you know, some other thing, some other projects. Hopefully Soul Calibur 6, but you know, whatever. I mean, we'll have to wait on that a little longer. So overall, I think this direct was okay. The only good thing, or the only cool thing that came out for me that was revealed here was Ultra Sun and Moon. I'll definitely be getting that over Pokemon Tournament DX for the Switch. It's, again, I don't know. I just want to just put that away completely. I mean, if you have fun with Pokemon Tournament DX, that's awesome. That's you know, that's a pretty cool game for anyone who just wants to play it casually, but I just can't see it that way, and that's why, again, I'm gonna stay away from it. So if you have any comments about any of the things that we talked about for Pokemon Direct, or in this video, or any comments on what you want to see for Pokemon next, leave it down below. I love to read them, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Of course, hit the bell to be notified when videos like these come out. It's like probably the best way to do it, to get notified. You can check out the links in the description box below for all the social media stuff. If you want to, you know, somehow support the channel in any way, completely optional. You can check it out in the description box below. This has been the Hawke Talks on the Pokemon Direct and my thoughts on it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next video. Sean, out.